If you've been trying to manifest your next level of success, but you just can't seem to do it, then it's because there's either an identity issue or a belief issue that is stopping you. And that's what this video is going to go into today. Now, I know from experience, having burned out of my previous business, that when my identity, when my belief in myself changed, that was when I started burning out. That was when I stopped manifesting all the opportunities that I had previously done so, right? Now, if you're in my world, then I know that it's not just more money that you want. It's not just more success that you want. You want to get there easier, and you want to get there quickly, and you want to feel good in the process, right? So before we go into the ins and outs, the fundamentals of how to identify your belief systems that are currently standing in your way, I just want to revisit the fundamentals of reality creation. Yes. So all of reality is created in the mind first. This is the first law of the universe. Yeah, this is the first of the natural laws, that all is mind. So if our outer world doesn't look the way that we want it to, we don't go looking in the outside world to change that. We go looking in the inside world. We are the cause, yes? We are the cause of reality, and what we see in the 3D world with our eyes is the effect. Yeah. So if we want to get to a new level of success, if we want to get to a new level of happiness, we don't go searching out there to change that. We go searching in here. And this is the work that I do with my clients, my 6- and 7-figure business owners, entrepreneurs, and leaders in their field. They already know how to create out there. But if they've reached a plateau and they're not feeling good about their life, if success doesn't feel the way that they want it to feel, then it's not out there that needs to change, yes? So we change in here. We change their identity. We change the belief systems that they hold. Because when you work in this way, from the inside out, from the cause, when you're dealing with the cause instead of the effect, then you don't experience the same levels of imposter syndrome or burnout, or what Gay Hendricks calls the upper limit problem, right? You just don't do it because you know that you are the cause. You are the source of your wealth, of your happiness, of your success. And that all starts with your beliefs. So the cycle of behavior is your beliefs create your thoughts create your feelings create your actions create your results, and then your results go back and reinforce the beliefs again. Yeah. And what we can see in the outside world is a reflection of those things, is all of that, yeah. So the results that we get are due to the actions that we take, and the actions that we take are due to the feelings that we've had, and the feelings that we have had are due to the thoughts that we've had, and the thoughts that we've had are the beliefs, yeah. And all of that together is what forms our identity. Because our identity is created from the beliefs that we have, from the thoughts that we have. And these are persistent. These are persistent beliefs, persistent thoughts. And that's what shapes how we see the world and how we show up in the world. So if you want a new level of success, you need to show up in the world differently. And it starts by asking yourself, okay, so what are my beliefs? What are my core beliefs in all the areas of my life that I would like to change? Yeah. So what are my beliefs around money? What are my beliefs around success? What are my beliefs around relationships? What are my beliefs around health? Yeah. But it's not just the belief that we have about ourselves, it's also the beliefs that we have about other people and also life in general. So when we can identify those beliefs, then we can ask the fundamental question okay, so is this working for me or is it working against me? And one of the ways that we can do that is by asking ourselves these 6 fundamental questions. Yeah. So question number 1 is why? Why do I believe this? Yeah. Why do I believe this to be true? Number 2 is when did I start believing it? Was this something that has just been like I've always believed in, or is this a new belief that I've just developed? And then number 3 is, where did you get this belief from? Did you just invent it in your head, or did you inherit it from somebody else? Yeah, oftentimes all our beliefs are just inherited from other people, yeah, or they come from experience, yeah, either experience or inheritance. That's how we kind of learn most of the beliefs that we've had. And then we had to ask, who else has this belief? Yeah, who else has this belief? And then we also get to ask, which is like a side note, do we want to be living the same life as them? Yeah, that's not actually one of the 6 questions, but it's a really important question to ask. If we have the same belief as that other person, maybe, Uncle Jack or whatever, then do we want the life that Uncle Jack has got? We get to assess all of these things. And then another question is, what happened to make me believe this thing? And what would happen if I changed it? Yeah. If I didn't have this belief, how would life be different? And then number 6 is, how does this belief make me feel? Does it serve me? Does it really serve me? Or is it working against me? Is this belief just trying to protect me from the possibility of enormous success, enormous wealth, enormous happiness? So as you do things, you get to assess, well, what is the belief behind this action? What is the belief behind this thought? What is the belief behind this feeling? Yeah? And as a hint, if it doesn't feel good, then it's not an absolute truth. So you get to change that belief. And one of the ways of doing that is to write out a new belief. Yeah. So if we have the belief that it's lonely at the top, but we're looking for a deeper relationship, we're looking, maybe this happens with a lot of my clients. They have gotten to the top of their careers. They have gotten to, like the success that they thought they wanted. But they haven't got the partnerships. They don't have the relationships that they want. They don't have the family that, they feel would make them feel better in their lives, would make them feel more complete and more whole. But if they have a contradictory belief that also says it's lonely at the top, then how can they have that, right? Because it's lonely at the top, and having a happy family life, having a husband, wife, partner, whatever, they don't go together, right? So your psyche then freaks out a bit. Your egoic self says, well, I want the success, therefore I cannot have the relationship. But everything is available to you. You are absolutely limitless. The only limitations that you place on yourself are the beliefs that you hold about what's true for you. So to have it all, to have both the success and the relationship, you have to change the belief that it is lonely at the top. So one of the ways to do that is to go out and find all the evidence that contradicts that story. Yeah. Go out and find all the really successful people that also have a really happy family. You will find them. I guarantee that you will find them. And yes, you will find people who have had multiple failed marriages, multiple failed relationships as well, of course, because we live in a world of both sides, right? We live in this world of polarity. So where there is happiness, there is also sadness. Where there are happy relationships, there are also sad relationships. But you get to focus on the ones that you want to identify with. Yeah. So go and find all the people that have both the wealth and the success and the status that you are wanting, and they have the happy family life. They have the happy children. So what beliefs are you holding about yourself? What beliefs are you holding about others? What beliefs are you holding about the world that is preventing you from living the life that you say you want to be living? drill down into those beliefs, because as soon as you change your beliefs, as soon as you change your identity and your self-concept, then you will be open to receiving more into your reality. When you truly understand that you are the source, that everything is mental, that you control your beliefs, you control your thoughts. Like the initial thought, maybe not. Maybe, we do just, a thought pops into our head, right? That happens. That is true. But you either get to run with that thought, or you get to go, oh, you know what? That's not me anymore. I don't want to believe that anymore. I don't want to think that anymore. I am completely disassociating with that thought, with the belief behind that thought. This is the new belief that I have now. And if you're on the verge of burnout, I want you to really think about how your beliefs have changed. Yeah, I know that when I burned out of my previous career, I went from, being an award-winning entrepreneur. Within 18 months, I was literally lying in what they thought was my deathbed. And that was because my belief about me changed. I went from believing that I completely deserved to be at the top of my field, that I completely deserved to have everything that I wanted, to then freaking out and getting all concerned because I was asked in an interview for a luxury magazine who I trained under. And that caused me to then go into all of this self-doubt about, oh my God, I didn't train under anybody. I just made it up as I went along. So my self-concept of, yeah, I am this person that can achieve anything, it changed from that to, I'm going to get caught out. I am a fraud. I've got all this imposter syndrome. And that was a fundamental switching of my belief system in me. Yeah. I went from believing that absolutely everything was on the table for me to, oh my God, I shouldn't even have these things on the table. So what in your life has changed? If you're in this situation where you're experiencing imposter syndrome, or where you're just burning out a little bit more, what are the belief systems that you hold behind those things? Behind the imposter syndrome, what are you believing to be true? Behind the need to overwork and overstress, what is the belief behind doing that? When you can identify that, when you can rewrite that, when you can create a new identity that says that that isn't true for you, that none of those beliefs that are causing the burnout, causing the imposter syndrome are true for you, that's when you will open up your life again. That's when all the doors that are currently seemingly shut for you will start opening again. Yeah. That's when you transcend your current state of being, when you transcend your current state of reality and get to experience the next level of success and happiness that you're looking for. Now, obviously, if you want help with that, then the link is in the description to find out more about working with me and to get on a call with me. So go and check that out. Because life is short. Because life is too short to be feeling stuck. Life is too short to be miserable. Take it from somebody who almost died. Life is really short, but life is what you make it. And you are a genius. You are a creator of an incredible life. So let's get on and do that, shall we? All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.